If you ever wanted an assistant or wanted to build an AI agent like I just demonstrated on my phone, this is the easiest way to do it. I'm going to show you what I like, what I don't like, the tools I like, what to use, what accounts to make, and how to get it done in 15 minutes. I'm even going to leave a timer at the bottom to make sure that I make my promise. And by the end of the video, I'm going to tell you my final thoughts, my experiences from 12 months of building AI agents for clients and making them for myself. You don't have to learn anything about code. You don't have to be an expert in programming. All you got to do is sit back, do exactly as I say, and I'm going to walk you through step by step the process and learning. Firstly, we need to determine the difference between what ChatGPT is and an AI agent. You see, we're not talking about a simple chatbot here today. What we're talking about is an AI agent, which is actively making decisions on our behalf, and it actually is being prompted to do things like send emails or get email summaries, book an inspection, or even call people on our behalf. Now, the demo I showed you at the start was actually collecting the latest news from different resources, and it was personalized for myself of my liking. So here are the core understandings when building an AI agent. Before we step into any technical terminology, I'm going to break it down really easy. Just watch this. In business, we learn about the processes of building a product, right? And the first thing we learn about is input, processes, and outputs. The input is what starts this flow, right? This workflow, whether it's business, whether it's sales, whether it's just making your life easier. It's a trigger. This can be anything from a message. This can be a form that was filled in on your site by a customer. And the next part is the process, which is the brains or the heart of everything. This is where the AI is actually going to think and make a decision using a tool. So we're giving AI legs and arms to be able to do work for us, essentially. And lastly would be the output, such as a message, such as booking inspection, such as making a call. That's the output. So when we're looking at this, you'll see in the workflow that there's an input, there's the process of the agent, and then there's an output. It's very simple, and I'm going to break it down step by step as well. So let me show you. There's things called API keys, which is basically like a secret handshake between these two different sources. And the first one we're going to create is the n8n account. Go onto n8n, okay? And I'm going to go into n8n, and you can see here, you can just simply get started, and you can start your 14-day free trial, which I'm not associated or sponsored, but it's very simple, and they're even going to give you free credits, so you don't even have to buy any credits for that 14 days, which is really awesome. Once we're logged in, you're going to see what's called my workspace. Now, with your plan, you'll be able to get 2,500 executions, which is more than enough, and 5 active workflows, which is plenty, especially when you're beginning. And you're simply just going to click open. Once we've done that, we can actually start and click create a workflow. So if I really want to go from scratch, I just click this orange button here, create a workflow, and then we're going to add our first step. So before we add our first step, let's go back. And we're either going to create the OpenAI account, and we also need to create the Telegram account. So that messaging platform that I was using on my phone, like this, is actually Telegram. So that's how we're going to be interacting with our AI agents. You also have to create an OpenAI account, which I'm going to walk you through right now. Okay, so the first thing is we need to create a trigger. Okay, so we can manually trigger this, but to make it exactly like the demo I showed you, we're going to type up Telegram, hit Telegram, and see what says triggers, right? It's got a little lightning bolt. We're going to click on message, right? And when you first set this up, you have to hit create new credentials. And it's going to ask you for this access token. Why? Because it's going to be our own bot. So we need to click on the search link and click bot father Telegram. Okay. So if you haven't made a Telegram account before, you're going to hit launch at bot father. It's the first link. And it's going to say open Telegram. And I've opened Telegram up here. You're going to make an account. And what you have to do is you have to hit /start. So it's going to actually prompt you. You're just going to hit /start. And I can help you create and manage Chatbots. And then you're going to hit /new bot right here. So you can do /new bot. Create a new bot. All right, new bot. How are we going to call it? So we need to give it a name. I like to kind of more, I've called mine Jarvis, like in Iron Man, and you can just call it, you know, sorry, so you're meant to have Pete_bot. Okay, so once we've actually created a name, it needs to end in bot. So I've called mine, pet233_bot. Doesn't really mean much. All you got to do is use this what's called access token. So it says HTTP_API, and you need to hit this access token here. So we're going to go back on to Safari. We're going to go back into our workflow, and we're going to copy and paste this. All right. I recommend that you actually copy and paste this on somewhere safe. And I can just hit save. I'm not going to hit save because I've already got one, but that's how you create the Telegram bot. Okay. The next part is going to be adding the data edit field. So you're just going to go add option. Yep. So I'm going to call this text. It's going to be string. It's going to be a fixed expression, and it's going to just be a JSON like string like this. So we have this little squiggly lines, and we're just going to type in between the squiggly lines JSON. And if you actually see there, it'll kind of auto edit the JSON in, right? And we actually want to put, I made a mistake, just want to put JSON.message.text. So what this is going to do is this is actually going to put the message from the previous step, and usually you go test step, and it's going to place it into the next field, all right? Then we have to actually add what's called our AI agents. So if we go back to the plus icon, we're going to hit advanced agents. We're going to go AI agents. And what you're going to do here is this is where you can put a prompt. You can add as many tools as you like. It can be Gmail. It can be setting an appointment. Like you can make an assistant or AI agent really to do anything you want. So I'm just going to do add option. I'm going to hit require specific output format because in order for Telegram to send a message, it needs it in a certain way. It's going to be defined below, and we're going to hit expression. And here we're going to do JSON.text. And here we're going to put a system message. So for example, we've got a preset one, you're a helpful assistant. And we're just going to leave it like that because I'm going to explain it later on, right? It's going to give you this red signal. It's not going to like it, but we need to do a few things. First, we have our chat model. So we've got a variety of options. Obviously, ChatGPT, OpenAI, which is the basic one that you get free credits, which I'm going to obviously use. If you get more advanced, there's some more ones here, but just for now, let's click OpenAI chat model. And we need to go into OpenAI account. You're going to hit create new credentials, right? And if you don't have one already, or if you come into here, it should already create you one. But if you that doesn't become an option, just go onto OpenAI like this, and click on Playground. Once you come on Playground, you're going to log in. All right, so you're going to click log in, and it's going to look like this. You can just say, hey, and it's just going to be like ChatGPT. We're going to hit on the profile, click your profile, and we're going to click on what's called API keys. So it says settings, API keys, and we need to create an API key. So like I said, this is that secret handshake that these two need to talk to each other, right? So they know that the message that's coming in is only going to be between these two and no one else. So just hit create new API key. You can click my test n8n1, select project, default project. I don't even have any, and just click create secret key. And you're going to copy this one. I'm going to go back, and then we can, copy and paste it and then put in there. I'm not going to copy and paste it because I've already updated it, and just keep it at GPT-4 mini. You don't need to know any of this fancy stuff, but all you know is just keep it there. All right. I like to drag this to the side just to make my workspace more cleaner. We can even add some memory so the previous messages actually they understand, this AI understands it. So I'm just going to go parameters. I'm going to define this below. I'm just going to click system_message and it's going to be fixed. Context window is just going to be 5. And that way that it understands what we talked about before. That way when you're in a conversation, you say, hey, you just told me this. That won't ever happen. All right, now is the best part that you've probably been waiting for. It's the tool. So I actually just use this one called Hacker News Tool. And you can basically get whatever you want. You can kind of, you can add any of these you like, set manually, and you can add a field, include comments. You've got the expression there. So what we're going to do is go all. We're going to hit 10. So I only like to get 10. If we return all, it's going to return every single one of these articles online, which you don't want. If you add a field, you can do tags, and you can select front page. So it's going to get the front page of the latest news in terms of tech. So I'm just going to put that there. If we want to add even more, you can click that, and you can even just go Gmail tool. So this is where you can actually send an email. You can delete an email, mark it as read. You can do so many different things. You just go into Gmail account and you just click create new account, sign in to whatever email account that you like. But I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to get this very simple AI agent, right? Just to tell me the news and keep me up to date, right? Next part we're going to do is just click the end part. So this is the output part that we need. We're going to hit Telegram again, and we're going to hit should be send a text message. Perfect. So by this stage, all I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's called the chat. So I'm going to go back to Telegram. I'm just going to click save. I go test workflow. So we need the chat ID. So we need to trigger this in Telegram. So the trigger is going to be this new chat Jarvis, this bot. You can message it here. So you go start and you go /start. And that's how it will start. So I've already got it here. I'm just going to click to it, hey, so that we've gotten this here. Okay, perfect. So we've got an execution here. So this is what you need to do. And as you can see, everything worked perfectly. And the last item is just getting this Telegram to work. So if we do execute previous node, so I'm going to test workflow. Okay, perfect. And we've got the Telegram trigger here. Okay, so now we're going to get up to this stage and we're going to say you are a helpful assistant that helps the user with the latest news based on the time, which is, and we're going to go squiggly lines now, double squiggly lines. We go like that now with the cash symbol, and now if you can see on the right in the output, test the step again. All right, perfect. Your helpful assistant, and the output is none at the moment. Now we're just going to click test steps. Okay, so now we've got text, use message hi. So got the output, which is hi. Right, and in this last message, what you're going to do is once you pull the message, you have to get the ID, and you're going to put JSON output here. And then the JSON output is the text, which is this one. All right, so that's the chat. So that's the output. So the output is JSON text. So we just, okay, we're going to go D, output, done. Now it just says I'm programmed, I'm ready to help you. Now what you'll see is that it says this message was set automatically with n8n. I personally don't like that. I like to put the output with additional fields, append n8n attribution, and go like that. And then if we message it again, could you update me on some good news? So here are my pros and cons. It's great at saving you time. It works 24/7, but I have a big issue that for beginners using this, scalability is very costly. And if it's actually used in a business and not just a personal use case, it's going to get pricey. If you want to get AI agents working for you and you would like to learn more about this or even get help with your business, I'd love to have a discussion with you. It's completely free. I love to talk and just learn about more businesses and what they're struggling with, and then see maybe if I can help, which would be amazing. So I'm going to leave a link down below. If you did believe that this provided value, I'm going to keep making these videos. You can subscribe, you can like to me, and I really hope to see you in the next one. And hopefully you like this video.